I am your warrior. I am your justice. And for those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution. I am your retribution. Well, revenge does take time. I will say that.
It does.
And sometimes revenge can be justified.
You know, it's a terrible, terrible path that they're leading us to. And it's very possible that it's going to have to happen to them.
Well, it appears that the wheels toward retaliation are already moving, spinning, because the FBI has now provided the Justice Department the names of 5,000 FBI employees who worked on cases related to January 6th. Now, the demand for that information has led to utter panic among FBI employees who suspect that their jobs are on the line, who suspect that they will soon be terminated, and they're right to be concerned. According to CNN, Acting Deputy Attorney General Emil Bove, in a Friday memo with the subject line terminations, had given FBI officials a noon deadline Tuesday to submit the details of thousands of agents and analysts. Bove previously ordered the firing of 8 senior FBI officials, including those who oversaw cyber, national security, and criminal investigations. Bove also wrote that upon receipt of the requested information, the Office of the Deputy Attorney General will commence a review process to determine whether any additional personnel actions are necessary. Now, thousands of FBI agents are in fact impacted by this. I mentioned that 5,000 agents and their information has been sent over to the DOJ, and more than 5,000 employee details were submitted, including employee ID numbers, job titles, and their role in the January 6th investigation, sources said, but not their names. There are more than 13,000 agents and 38,000 total FBI employees, which is interesting. 5,000 out of 13,000 FBI agents worked on January 6 related investigations, but we don't know if they were all working on January 6 simultaneously or if they were staggered in these investigations. Now, last month, the DOJ fired more than a dozen officials who worked on the federal criminal investigations into Donald Trump, including the classified documents case and the federal investigation into election interference. Several unnamed FBI employees have now entered a class action lawsuit against the Justice Department. And this suit is essentially accusing the DOJ of violating both the Constitution and privacy laws by demanding agents complete a survey that they allege is designed to purge the Bureau's personnel. They're worried that the personal information disclosed in the surveys will later be released to the public. And the reason why they're doing this lawsuit is because they want a federal judge to step in to ensure that that information is blocked from being released to the public. The survey questions included detailed information about the positions at the Bureau and specific roles in January 6th investigations, including whether they executed arrests, whether they participated in grand jury investigations, or if they testified at any trials. And according to the wording of the suit, the very act of compiling lists of persons who worked on matters that upset Donald Trump is retaliatory in nature, intended to intimidate FBI agents and other personnel and to discourage them from reporting any future malfeasance and by Donald Trump and his agents. So we'll see where this suit goes. They're hoping a federal judge will protect them from having their personal information released to the public. But in addition to that class action lawsuit, lawyers and prosecutors and FBI agents wrote to the DOJ denouncing the possible dismissal of employees who worked on Trump-related investigations, calling it a violation of due process. They also threatened to take legal action. The letter says, if you proceed with terminations and or public exposure of terminated employees' identities, we stand ready to vindicate their rights through all available legal means. And the letter also warns that should names of the agents become public, they would be subject to immediate risk of doxing, swatting, harassment, or possibly worse.
Yeah, disastrous idea, and Here we go. All right, so guys, look, first of all, I'm not at all surprised. And so why are people surprised? Number one, a lot of the media that they watched told them that Kamala Harris was gonna win. And so they didn't realize that Trump was gonna win, so they're flabbergasted by that. So the second thing is, yeah, they said, oh, Trump's the boogeyman, et cetera, but even they didn't really believe it. And so I guess the viewers of mainstream media and some other shows didn't believe it either. I believed it. And so that's why we took action a year and a half ago here to try to make sure Biden got out of the race so we could win this race, because we knew things like this would happen. Because when Trump says he's gonna do something like this, he does it. So I don't know why everybody keeps being surprised. You didn't think he'd go after the people who investigated him? He's Donald Trump, the thinnest skin alive, right, of any man. And he hates people who targeted him, and he targets them back. Now, and did you think he was gonna do it proportionately? I don't know why the people who opposed Trump thought that he would be rational when he got into office. So I have never understood that. So that's why I never understand when all the cable news hosts are like, oh my God, no one expected this. Then why were you all verklempt about him earlier then? Was he gonna be a fascist or wasn't he? So if you thought he was gonna do fascism, why would you be surprised by this? This is what you would do. You would fire anyone in law enforcement who would enforce the law against you, right? So Anna, I don't know that they're gonna fire all 5,000.
Well, yeah, I was gonna weigh in on that because, look, I'm not an expert on the FBI. So I will say, as a civilian who's looking at those numbers, 13,000 FBI agents sounds like a lot of agents, but But I don't know, maybe that makes sense. There's a total of 38,000 FBI employees, but of those employees, 13,000 are agents. If they fire 5,000 of the 13,000 FBI agents, I mean, that's gonna be difficult to replace.
Yeah, so what do I think Trump's actually going to do? Okay, that's a very important question. But there's one thing in here that I'm going to keep an eye on. Probably no one else will, but we'll follow it for you guys here. Which is, okay, so number one, he's gonna huff and puff, and he's gonna make his base happy by saying, defund the police, defund FBI, make sure that they never get to investigate any Republican or right winger or MAGA or Trump ever again. And I know MAGA thinks that they are the victims here, and that the FBI, oh my God, I can't believe they went to go get top secret information from Mar-a-Lago's bathroom. Oh, I bet the FBI is the bad guys in that case. But okay, you put that aside. When it gets to the firing run-of-the-mill FBI agents that were given a job and did their job, and some of these guys have absolutely nothing to do with the Trump cases, right? If they go to fire them, I'm super curious. And this one I don't know. Is MAGA gonna go, yeah, man, yeah, I hate the police. I hate law enforcement. Let the robbers run wild. All right, great, then you'll be just like the radical left. And then you'll be telling me in a couple of years, there is no crime, Cenk. There is no crime in the federal government. It's a left-wing narrative, right? So we're just gonna reverse roles. So we have been consistent throughout. This is a terrible plan. Okay, so what's the thing you should look out for? As I was reading these stories, I saw something that was curious in there. Some of the FBI agents work in enforcement in cybercrime. I wonder why you would want to get rid of the agents who work to make sure there isn't cybercrime. Okay, but I'm sure the crypto guys are not up to anything bad. Let the Silicon Valley CEOs that are in Doge go into the Treasury. Now, by the way, new action at the SEC to legitimize crypto, okay? No, forget legitimizing, not enforcing rules against crypto anymore. Okay.
Are there rules against crypto?
So no, the regulations to me. By the way, there's not a rule against crypto. That's a good question. I'm not saying generically, oh, go get crypto. No. These guys at the SEC and the guys at the FBI, their job is to make sure that if you're in crypto, you don't get robbed, you don't get ripped off by the guys at the top. Now all those cops are being fired so that the criminals, if they want to, and they haven't done it yet, as far as we know, can run wild and there'll be no law enforcement at all. They just defunded the police. But one last thing about it. So even if they don't fire all those people, and firing all those people I think is crazy and too far, and he'll pull back, is my guess. What he's doing is he's sending a message. Nobody better investigate me or any of my allies or any of my donors. And if you do, I'm gonna end your career, I'm gonna take food off your family's table, and I'm gonna ruin you if you try to do law enforcement during the Trump era. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.